Hello, friends. Can you hear me? Is the volume good? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully it's good volume. I'm not too loud, not too quiet. I also have added some music to the background, so let me know if it's an okay volume. I actually am pretty sure you can hardly hear the music in the background. Oh gosh, and I can hear myself on the iPad. Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. I am streaming on a Tuesday, which I typically don't stream on Tuesdays, but figured I would. And I'm also showing off a game for Allplay, which, huge shout out to Allplay for sponsoring the stream. I am showing off the solo mode for the new River Valley game, which, if you guys do not know, this is the second River Valley game. There is River Valley Glassworks, which I really enjoy, and then we also have now River Valley Jewelcraft. So I am very excited to show this one off. I have played it multiplayer so far, but I haven't played it solo yet, so I'm very excited. Legends, hello, how are you? 3 stream streak, heck yes. Thank you so much for hanging out, Legends. I appreciate it. Soli, welcome, loud and clear. Thank you so much. Jenna, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you, Jenna? Can't hear the music. Okay. Would you guys like to hear the music? Because I can put the music up a little bit louder. Typically, the past, probably 10 streams that I've done, I haven't had any music in the background because all of my streams have been starting to get flagged as, for copyright, because I just put on lo-fi music in the background, so it is not copyrighted, so, or it is copyrighted, so I do get flagged for it, so, yes. Jenna talking to herself again. I know, it's crazy. There's so many Jennas. It's wild. Who would have thought we had so many Jennas out here? I love it. Good evening, Sprouts. Not Sprouts, Sproutlings. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Ronnie, hello. How are you? How's it going? Volume is fine. Perfect. Love the cover art. So cute. Yeah. Joanna, welcome to the stream. I agree. I really like it. I like your hoodie. Thank you so much. Damn, girl. I go to a local convention called BeaverCon. It is a all-female and female presenting board game convention, so pretty funny that it's called BeaverCon. My friend Donna actually runs it. I think it's 4 times a year. It's quarterly throughout the year, and I just think it's so funny that she actually called it BeaverCon. And we have hoodies that say "Damn girl." I love it. Also, in this game, I am pretty sure, no, the character that I'm playing is, I think, a Fenwick? What's a Fenwick? Or is that just the title of the character? I don't think it's a beaver. I think it's another small rodent. I don't know what it is, but there is a beaver in this game. As you can see, here, we got a beaver. So I thought it was a very fitting hoodie to wear for the stream. It sounds very Canadian. Yes, also Canadian. Okay, I will go and turn up the music just slightly. Hi, Penny. How are you, my love? Penny's just below the table, being a funny girl. I think it's a pangolin? Ah, that would make sense. Yeah, this is my character here. Well, actually, I might as well just switch you guys down. So this is my character here. And is that a pangolin? Beavers and tacos. What about tacos? What do you mean? Who's having tacos? All right. So we're going to get right into this. Countries and continents together. Heck yes. Just a quick hello, and I'll catch up on the live broadcast tomorrow. Here in Europe, it's 1 a.m. and I need to sleep. Sending a big hug and greetings from an Italian living in France. Aww. Thank you so much for just chiming in and saying hello. I really appreciate it. I do want to, at some point, start changing up my schedule a little bit so that people that are overseas can watch my streams live. So I will hopefully in the near future stream at a better time so that you can actually hang out and chat and be involved in the stream. So thank you so much for saying hello. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Yes, beavers have beavers have big round flat tails. Yeah, it's like a beaver tail. Do you guys know what beaver tails are? They are delicious. I'm currently making tacos. Heck yes. Oh, 'cause it's Cinco de Mayo. Also, hello, Kim. How are you? How's it going? In Glassworks, there's an otter. There is an otter. I love the otter. I actually just had tacos a few days ago. We got this new Mexican, authentic Mexican place where we live, and we wanted to try it out, and ended up being very good. Aw, family memories. Thank you so much for hanging out. How are you? How's it going? Thanks for hanging out here. Good, Jen. I hope you are doing well. I am doing very well. Very busy. April was insane. Absolutely insane. But a good type of insane where I had a lot going on, but it was all very fun stuff. So yeah, I'm a little thankful that it's now slowing down a little bit, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun in April. But I will now be able to stream more and film more. I haven't really been filming a ton, just the necessities. So yeah. Where is your margarita? Oh, I would love a margarita. Hey, Jenna, looking forward to this one. I am very excited to show you guys how this one plays. So yeah, speaking of, shall we get into it? Shall I teach you guys a little bit of River Valley Jewelcraft? The really cool thing about this game, and what really caught my attention, is that it has a really cool row and column thing happening with this board that kind of reminds me a little bit of, if you guys have played the game Saltfjord. I absolutely love Saltfjord. Such a fantastic game. If you haven't played it, go play it. It is so good. But this kind of board here reminds me a little bit of the mechanism in Saltfjord, where you're drafting a die and then you are either kind of activating a row or a column based off of the die that you kind of choose. In that game, you are collecting resources like you are collecting here, but in that one, you're also doing additional actions, and it's a lot bigger of a game. But in this one, you are rolling the dice, and in multiplayer, basically the person that's the active player chooses a die for themselves, and then the other die that they don't choose is the one that everyone else gets to use to kind of excavate some resources in either the row or the column that kind of coordinates with the die that you chose. So we have two dice here. We have a silver and a gold die. Silver is the columns, gold is the rows. If you ever get the pickaxe side of it, because there's numbers 1 through 5 and then there's a pickaxe. If you ever get the pickaxe, you excavate the row that your character is in. So if I rolled this, I would then excavate row number 1 because that's where my character is. So your character's here. You're also going to be moving your character around here to gain additional resources. You're also needing to excavate these different kind of rubble areas here, which you don't know what is underneath these. And eventually we're going to start adding more of these tiles onto this board to build up what we get when we use specific dice. Made it and our queen is up on my 50-inch TV. Heck yes, Kevin. Welcome to the stream, Kevin. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Hello, I am last, but I am here. Hello, Victoria. How are you? What was the other game mentioned? South something? No, so the other game that I mentioned is Saltfjord. Saltfjord, fantastic game. If I can get it out, I will show you. This game, Saltfjord. This one has kind of a little bit of like a similar dice row and column type thing that I absolutely love. So when I saw that this game had the like dice rows and columns, I was like, ooh, yay, I'm so excited for this. This must be a deluxe prototype, no metal dice, but it has the screen printed meeples. Yep. Do you think there's actually going to be metal dice? Or is there actually metal dice? Like, I haven't gone and looked like super close to the page, but that's pretty cool that there's going to be metal dice. Which would make sense because it's silver and gold. Ooh, I've never heard of it. Thanks for showing. No problem. All right. So what's going to happen is I actually have this kind of over top because this is specific to the solo mode. The solo mode, you're doing a little bit more during the round. So we'll go through each round. We're going to be going through steps 1 through 7. That's going to be rolling the dice. You're going to be kind of gaining the resources based off of the die that you choose. The die that you don't choose will then take away some of the cards here. You are then going to work. So that means that you're going to move your character and do one of two things. And we're going to do work 2 times in a row. So you're going to move, do an action, move, do an action. We will excavate again. So you're going to roll these 2 dice again. You're going to choose one of them. You're going to excavate again. You will craft. So that means that you are going to use the resources that you have collected in order to gain some of these cards. This is the main thing in the game is you're going to be collecting these different cards to gain sets of the 3 different types of cards. I don't know if you guys can see in the top right-hand corner. Yes. So in the top right-hand corner, you're going to have one of 3 different icons. So you have the necklaces, the rings, and the pendants. And then there's also additionally the crowns, which count as another type. But you are going to gain victory points based off of how many completed sets you have of those 3 things. So the necklaces, the rings, and the pendants. The 3 green cards down here are all the same. There's just a bunch of the same in a pile. And these you're just getting for the least amount of resources to help with some scoring of the other cards. These ones here are a little bit more expensive, but not as expensive as these ones up here. These ones up here will have your endgame scoring. They will get you a lot of victory points, but they are pretty pricey. Whereas these ones down here will give you some sort of ongoing ability or instant ability, things like that. So this one, for example, here is on your turn. You can exchange 1 blue gem for 1 purple gem. This here is when crafted, collect a purple gem, so that's an instant ability. And this one here, when crafted, gain 2 white gems. So these ones are kind of engine building. These green ones down here kind of just give you more multipliers for some endgame stuff. And then these ones give you endgame as well as just a lot of victory points. So when you do craft, you can craft up to 4 stars worth, which that means these 2 rows here, each of these cards costs 2 stars and the green ones only cost 1 star. So I could craft, a purple and a burgundy card. I could craft 2 purples. I could craft 2 burgundies, or I could craft 4 greens. I could craft 2 greens and a burgundy, just a mix of 4 stars. And then lastly, you will explore, which means that we're going to take one of these tiles. I do have to pay, or I will gain based off of where I take it from. Then I'm going to place it into my board here, and that's going to allow me to kind of build up what each die number is going to get me. Once we have run out of these tiles, that is going to be the end of the game, and then I will gain victory points based off of, 1, the cards here. Also, I will gain victory points for my sets of cards. Let me make sure I get it all. So you get your endgame is jewelry, so any victory points on cards. Also endgame scoring cards. You'll also get victory points for your jewelry sets, so your sets of the 3 types. Your rock bonus, so we are going to try to be creating the biggest group of 1 color. So you have like the light beige, you have the medium brown, and then the darker brown. Those are the different rock colors. You'll gain 2 victory points for each space in your largest contiguous rock group. And then lastly, you'll gain victory points for any remaining gems. Those are all of the endgame scoring. All right. The Kickstarter has metal dice for the deluxe version? Oh, dang. But is there fishing? LOL. Salt Fjord has fishing, and it's a very fun part of it. I wish there was fishing. Because I'm pretty sure in Stardew Valley, when you go to the mines, there is 1 mine level where you can fish, right? So you can fish in the mines for sure. Even the pets back away slowly. To be honest, I watch most of your videos on my TV, Jenna, especially live streams. My family knows I am in the garden zone. Aw, that's so sweet. I love that. What has everyone been playing? Any good crowdfunding campaigns? Ooh, yeah. What does everybody have their eyes on? Let me know. I just backed a roll and write called The Lost Island right up my alley. I do think I saw both of those. There's like it's a campaign with 2 of them, right? I think they're from Rock Manor Games, if I'm not mistaken. The Lost Island, and then there was like another game. There's 3 spots to fish in Stardew in the mine, indeed. Oh, wow. Kim is a Stardew Valley aficionado. I should really know because I've played Stardew Valley a ton, but typically I don't focus a ton on the mining. I'm shocked I say that space is a theme for solo focus coming from Jenna. Yeah. I like space games, but it has to be a very specific space game. It cannot include spaceships. I don't like spaceships. For some reason. I have something against spaceships and aliens. Yeah, card game with it. I just backed the roll and write. Nice. Yeah, I think I would probably do the same. All right, are we ready? So first thing that's going to happen is we're going to roll these 2 dice. And then I have 2 options here. I can either do 2, so that would get me a red and a purple, or I could go to the 1 and that would get me a red and a white. What am I trying to collect here? Also, the dice that I don't use will then get rid of cards, which I need to remember what is what. So if I leave the gold, return all available artisan jewelry cards. So gold equals artisan. Gold is the best ones. Silver is the second best ones. Obviously, green ones will not get wiped because it's just a pile of a bunch of the same. So I just have to keep that in mind, that whatever die I don't use, that will then trigger the cards to be taken away. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take the gold, I'm going to leave the silver. Gold will then get me 1, 2. So I gain 1 red and 1 white. And then that means that I will clear the fine jewelry. 1, 2, 3. Those get discarded. 3 new ones come out. Geez, these ones are so expensive. Okay. Okay, so some of the fine jewelry also has endgame stuff. Score 1 victory point for each of your pendant cards. That would be a good one to go for. The other 2 are just 5 victory points. This here is gain 2 victory points for each of your pendant cards. This is find the gem you have the least of. Score 2 victory points for each that you have, for each of that gem you have. Goodness gracious. This one is not happening because it costs a ton. And this one here is just 8 victory points. So I don't really know what I'm going for. But we've done that. We've done the first 3 things. I am then going to work twice. So that means that I'm going to move and then choose one. Either I'm going to dig in my character's space. So I could move once and then I could dig here and gain a blue. You always have to kind of move this way. So you're either allowed to move down to the right or down diagonally. So those are your only kind of options for how you're going to move. And then you can either dig in the space and gain whatever gem is there, or you can clear rubble. So what I am going to do is, I got to do it twice. So I'm just going to move diagonally. And then I would also be able to dig, but there's nothing there. So that's it. And then for my second work action, I'm going to move here to the right, and then I'm going to clear this rubble. And when you clear the rubble, you just flip it over, and then that is a gem that you get to collect. So I get 1 white. So that is that. I just worked twice, moved, then either dig or clear rubble. We get to excavate again, so we're going to roll the dice. Boom. Okay, and then I have a 2. So I would get a blue and a green. Not a fan. Or 4, which is a blue and a white. What am I going for right now? I would love to eventually get something that gives me endgame, so I kind of have some sort of like guiding force. So no Galaxy Truckers. I actually really enjoy Galaxy Trucker. That's a very fun one, which literally in that game, you are building your spaceship and then your spaceship is falling apart. So I get that my thought process behind this does not make any sense. There are some games that have spaceships that I do like, but typically it just doesn't like grasp my attention, I guess. Jenna, come play Voidfall. You don't hate the spaceships that much. If like I said, I can play it and I will still have fun. What the heck is happening? Oh, here we go. Hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome. How are you? The pickaxe is at 1. Yep. Oh no, the pickaxe is a 1. The pickaxe is not a 1. The pickaxe is wherever your character is. So if I got the pickaxe and I was down here on the 4, that would be where I would get resources from. What is happening here? There we go. I found I do have space games, but many of them are bigger, heavier games that don't hit the table as much. Yeah, I do agree that typically games that have a space theme are often bigger games. Like I don't have a ton of small, easy to get to the table space games. I think we need smaller space games, people. Bored to play? Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? Spencer, oh my goodness, thank you so much for redeeming Take a Drink. I wish I could take a drink, but I whenever someone does this, I don't have water or anything. Also, Spencer, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate that. Or is it 500? There's two 500s, so I'm thinking it's 1,000, but it could be just 500. But thank you, thank you. Also, they're not pretty and girly. Exactly. We need a small, easy to get to the table, pretty and girly space game. I will design that. I will do that. I asked Sam Healy this question today on his live stream. What are your 3 least favorite board game mechanics? Oh, that's a good question. Definitely negotiation. Area control. Victoria knows. She said area control, social deduction, and co-op. Honestly, pretty much. I would say definitely area control, social deduction, and negotiation, I think are the 3. I will play a co-op game if it's a co-op game that I enjoy. And also if it's a co-op game with people that I like and enjoy their company. Okay. So I need to decide out of these 2, what do I want? I think I'm going to take the 2. This second excavate, I don't believe that it clears more of these. It's just the first excavate, because the clear jewelry cards is just the 3rd step. There's not another clear jewelry cards. So the second excavate, the second die that I don't choose doesn't do anything. And then I'm going to choose 2. So that means that I'm going to get everything in the 2 row. So I'm going to get 1 blue and 1 green. And then I will be able to purchase cards, but unfortunately right now I don't think I can purchase anything as of yet. I would love to maybe get this at the next round, and hopefully I can avoid from those getting taken away. Okay. So that was my second excavate, and then I am not going to craft anything. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of these and I'm going to add it into here. So if I pick this one, that I think is actually a pretty good idea. This will get me a red, which is nice, and I will add it here. You can add them anywhere you'd like. Because I took from here, I gain 1 red. And then the far right, I missed negotiations. You were really close. Wait, no area control? You aren't going to play Blood Rage with Carly? There are a few area control games that I'm okay with, but most of the time, just making sure. Discard the rightmost available tile. So then rightmost available gets discarded, and then I believe everything moves over. Boop, boop, boop. If I remember from the multiplayer game, everything shifts. And then that's a round. Simple as that. Hopefully on this next round, I'll actually be able to start playing the game and get cards. Ooh, the Glassworks follow-up, nice. Was hoping for more jewels in this one, but it still looks cute. Do you think those jewelry cards are finished? I kind of want cute critters making them on there. I think these are like final. I do agree that it would be really cute to have like the characters on the cards, because I do love the characters, but yeah, I do believe these are finished. They're still really pretty. Like all of the different pieces of jewelry are different, and they're just like really, really gorgeous. So, yeah. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Brian. Hi, Kimma. I would have said bidding. Oh, yeah. I don't like bidding either. Space Base and Space Explorers, easy to table space games. I actually do really like Space Explorers. That one is kind of, it gives me the vibes of like Splendor in a way. If you guys have ever played Space Explorers, that one's the one from 25th Century Games, right? My friend Aiden had it and we played it one time and I really liked it, and I've actually wanted to get it for the collection for the longest time. Didn't we play Space Park? Space Park is another one. But Space Park is really hard to find. All right, moving on to the next round. We're gonna start off. Roll and choose, people. Roll and choose. Oh my goodness. Ma'am, can you please be careful? Okay, so we're either doing 2 or 2, which actually this is looking pretty good. But I will say that currently I'm kind of gunning to get this, and I need 2 of each thing. So right now, I think my best option here is to actually do the gold, which actually if I don't do the gold, then this card is going to get taken away anyways. So I'm going to do the gold. I'm going to get whatever's in this row, sorry, and it is blue and green. So I have 2 of each of those, which is great. I have 2 of all of these. I just need 2, which I will say, this gem here, I don't know if you guys can really see it. I'm hoping that with the finished version, they make this gem more purple. I'm assuming they will. I'm at least hoping, because it is a little bit pink, whereas the gem on the board is purple. Okay, so that was my first excavate. I got my 2 things there. We didn't choose the silver, so that means again, it's going to wipe these. 3 new ones are coming out. Okay. And then we're going to work twice. So, unfortunately, I can no longer get to this one here, which I'll zoom you guys in. Here we go. Zoom you guys in so you can better see. So, the only places that I can move right now is boom, boom, or boom. So, whenever you're moving, you can never go back up. You're always like going down the mines, which makes sense. I've seen that one, never spoke to me, the art maybe. Is it Space Explorers? Yeah, I actually really like the aesthetic of Space Explorers. It kind of looks like space aesthetic from like the 70s or something. I don't know. I like the way that it looks. So in this situation here, I am going to move once. I'm going to gather there, so that gets me a blue. And then I'm going to move once again on an angle, and I'm going to gather this rubble, and heck yes, that's what I was hoping for. It gave me a purple. So I get 1 purple. We love that. And then that is my 2 work actions. We'll go into the next. Penny, are you wanting to play, my love? Penny's over with the toys. So if you guys start to hear some weird stuff, it's Penny. Okay, so then we excavate for the second time. Roll these again. Let me zoom you guys out again. Okay. Amazing. So either I can do gold row where my character is, so I would get 1 red and 1 purple, or I can do 4, which I would get 1 white and 1 blue. I think I'm going to take the gold. That's going to allow me to get 1 red and 1 purple. That does, thankfully, give me enough to get this here, which is awesome. But I think that is literally the only thing that I could get. Penny. No crying, ma'am. Not right now. I am streaming. It's like I have children, but it's just a needy dog. Your toys are all over the floor. The marshmallow toys. Stacy, I am so excited. I need to do that. You reminded me that I need to do that. I'm going to write you, Ronnie, and Jonathan's names on those marshmallows, and I'm going to let Walt add it. My thing is that I need a day where I can pay attention to what he's doing, because I guarantee within the first 10-15 minutes, one of you guys are going to be absolutely destroyed. Welcome to the moon, terraforming Mars, on Mars, just to name a few. Oh yeah, also Apiary's good. I like Apiary. Moon Colony Bloodbath, fantastic. Dune Imperium, awesome. I used to think I didn't like space games either, but then I looked at my collection: Space Park, Space Explorers, Empires of the Void 2, Luna Capital. I do really want to try Empires of the Void. That's the one from Red Raven Games, right? I feel like I would enjoy that one. All right. So that was our last excavate. I can now craft, which, like I said, I kind of want to get this one, so I'm going to do this. It requires 2 of all 5 of them. So these are going to go 1, 2, and these are going to go 1, 2. I'm going to get this card here. I can't afford anything else, so this is my only one. But now, at least I have kind of an end game thing to go for, which is find the gem you have the least of and score 2 victory points for each of that gem you have. This is at the end of the game. So I'm going to make sure that I have a lot of all gems, hopefully. Okay. We're going to flip over the next one. I desperately need to get more resources, so we're going to try to do that. These are all of my options here. I do need to start getting my, like, groups of things. On your turn, spend a green to activate your worker. This one is on your turn, collect a blue. That one would be pretty cool. Okay. So I think I'm going to grab this one here. If you guys can see this tile, basically this side has nothing, but this side here is that it's normal. When you activate the row or the column, it's normal that you will just get 1 purple. But if your character is on top of this, then it actually gives you 2. So you're more incentivized to move your character to this one, so that you get the double. Yes, Red Raven, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna take that one, and I'm gonna do this. That way I kind of have 3 kind of groupings going. And also my 2, freaking stacked, man. We love to see it. If I live streamed and you heard odd sounds, it's just because I'm old and things freaking crack. Mine's just my dogs. I like Doggerland. Oh, what is that? And I've recently just found out about a game called Loaf. I think I can like picture the Loaf game. Also, I can picture the Doggerland one as well, but I haven't played any of those before. All right, so that is everything. I got this. That actually gives me 1 red because I took it from this spot. The furthest right tile gets discarded. We're gonna push these down. 2 more come out, and then we move on to the next round. All right, we have 5 and 4. I find this game, when I played this multiplayer, I also found it really hard to like get stuff, but it really takes a few rounds for you to kind of build up your engine of all of the different tiles and stuff. Okay, so I can either do 4, which absolute garbage, or I can do 5, which is also absolute garbage. So I either get a green and a blue or a red and a purple. I think I'm going to do this one here. No, I'm doing this one. So the gold 4. So I'm going to get 1 red and 1 purple. And then silver means that I get rid of these, which is a little bit unfortunate. I keep on getting rid of all of the fine jewelry, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Ooh, when crafted, collect 1 purple or 4 reds. Holy crap. Okay. So then, after we do that, we're going to go into working. And this actually brings me to the fact that I can activate my exit ability. So that basically means, obviously, eventually you're going to make your way all the way down to the bottom here. If I was to, with my movement, go off the board, so whether I am here and I go off the board, or I'm here and I go either diagonal or down, I'm going to fall off the board. And what that means is when that happens, so I'm going to move, I then perform my exit ability, which is here. I'll zoom you guys in. Each character, if you actually play, I'm playing on like the more simple side, but each character will then have some like specific kind of special asymmetric abilities. I'm just playing on the symmetric side. So my exit ability is a little bit more boring, but still very good. It says, I may spend 2 matching gems to collect 1, like basically of any other thing. So 1 wild. And I don't think I'm going to do that because what am I trying to get right now? I'm kind of hoping to get, well, this red one here, I need 4 red, so that's not going to happen. I need to desperately get my hands on like the set, so I need to do that at some point. But I may spend 2 matching gems to collect 1 wild. I don't really want to do that, so I'm just going to skip that. You start back where your character starts, which is the 1 and 1. And then you continue doing what you typically would. So this is choose 1. I can either do the space here, which I am going to do that. I'm going to get 2 reds. Or if I landed on one of these, I could clear the rebel, but we're not there. So that's my first movement. And then I'm going to move, oh shoot, I was going to move diagonal to get to here, but I really should try to make my way over here to clear this rebel, but honestly, that one's really hard to get to. So I think I'm just going to go diagonal, oopsie, to here. Because my character is here and I'm collecting there, I get 2 purple, 1, 2. As opposed to if I was just like activating a row or a column, I would just get 1. Because my character's here, I get 2. So that is my 2 work actions. We are then going to excavate again. So I'm going to roll these. Gold 3 or 2. I am obviously going to take the 2 because I will get 2 purple, 1 red, and 1 white. Amazing. And then we get to craft. Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it very, very much. Oh, there's way more people here on YouTube. Hello, friends. Hello, welcome to YouTube, Stacy. Always here on YouTube. I just use Twitch to give Jenna free Prime subs. Thank you so much, Brian. You guys are awesome. One of my go-to icebreaker class questions is, would you prefer being a space explorer or deep sea explorer? Oh, snap. I think I would prefer to be a space explorer. Because deep water and being underwater scares me. So I would prefer to go to space, because space is pretty. So at what point / number phase do the cards get pushed? You mean like wiped, Kim? The third one is where the cards get wiped. So basically the first excavate, you roll the dice, and then you choose a die. The die that you decide not to take is then the die color that then determines what cards get wiped. So every single time that I've done the first excavate, it is that I didn't choose the silver, which meant that I wiped these ones. If the silver is left over, I wipe the fine jewelry. If the gold is left over, I wipe the artisan jewelry. Hopefully that helps. But then the second kind of action phase, excavate phase, second excavate phase, you don't clear the jewelry. So the die that you don't choose for the second excavate, just nothing happens with that one. All right, so that was my second excavate. I chose silver 2. Like I said, the one that I don't choose doesn't do anything in this second excavate. So then we move on to the craft. And what do I want this time around? I'm one away from being able to afford this one, which is a little bit unfortunate. Do I just want to try to get... Maybe I'll just get one of these, just so I can start getting some more stuff. So I'm spending 4 red gems. I still have 5 purple, so that maybe eventually I can grab something that needs purple. I would love to get this one, truly. This is, I would get 2 victory points for every pendant that I have at the end of the game. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so I spent 4 just to get one of these. I can't afford anything else, so this is everything for my craft. I could get more if I was able to afford, but I cannot. So then we are going to choose one of these. I think I'm going to grab this one. So that's going to give me a green. I'm going to place it here. I think that's good. Unfortunately, I can't go back and get this one because I can never go left, but that's fine. So I got my green. We're good. This one gets discarded. We're going to move all 3 of these down. 2 new ones come out, and we are on to the next round. Game kind of reminds me of Dig Dug. Aww. Deep seas scare me more than space. Yep, same. I do not like the sea. If some of you might have heard me mention this before, but I have, I think, a thing called submechanophobia, which is the fear of man-made objects underwater, specifically very large man-made objects underwater, like the giant pipes and stuff that are in the oceans, and like dams. Is that what they're called? Or is that just what beavers make? No, I think those are... Is that what they're called? Like the big ginormous... No, they're not called dams. What are they called? Someone let me know in the chat what they're called. They might be dams. But I thought that's just what beavers made. But maybe they're also called dams. Anyways, outside of their capsule, you can't breathe. That's fine. I'll stay in my capsule. Some of the deep sea creatures are nightmare fuel, so I'd vote space too. Yep. And what's the trigger of game end? Yeah, so once you run out of tiles at the top here, that triggers the end of the game. There are man-made dams, lol. Okay, gotcha. Yes, those are dams. I'm embarrassed. That was a Jenna stupid moment. You think a damn girl would know? You'd think I know with the damn on my shirt. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, snap. Okay. So we got silver where my guy is. So that would be the 2. Again, pretty good. And I would get purples. That would give me a lot of purples. Do I really need purples? But at the same time, this is going to get me just a red and a purple. So I'm probably better off taking the silver. But then this is going to wipe these cards. But I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to say goodbye to this beautiful crown here and say hello to my new opportunities. So I'm going to choose the silver, which means I get 2 purples, a white, and a red. 2 purple, a white, and a red. Okay, and then I didn't choose gold, so that's going to wipe the artisan jewelry. New ones will come out. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, it just got really quiet. Our laundry machine was going, and then I think it just finished. Yes, Dig Dug. That hit the nail on the head. Aw. One of my favorite games is Yaboot? Real time co-op. 3D sub and app-driven. App-driven game. Interesting. As if Alien isn't all scary. No way. I'm more scared of underwater creatures than I am of aliens. Thanks for sharing this game. No problem, Co-op Guild. Thank you so much for hanging out, popping in. How are you? How's it going? Hoover Dam, for instance. Yes. Yep. Damn, girl. Jenna, in the early days of my career, I used to have crawl through storm sewers and, oh god, regular sewer lines occasionally. So can assume you wouldn't like that. Absolutely not. Nope. Terrifying. All right. So I got stuff from here. Wiped that. We're doing 2 work actions. So I think I'm going to... I can just move down and then down to get closer to this so that I can clear that rubble. And that way I can get that. But at the same time, do I want to do that? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to move once. Oopsie. Move once, gain red, move twice, gain purple. I have a lot of purple. Is there any things here that need lots of purple? No? Okay, cool. Ooh, this one here is score 2 victory points for each rubble removed from your mine. We have 2 so far, and then I could work to get the other ones cleared. I don't know about this one over here, but maybe before the end of the game. Did I give myself? Yes, the purple. So I've done my 2 work actions. We're going to excavate again. Okay, underwater or underground? Both, honestly. I also have a thing called megalophobia. So that is items that are really large that shouldn't be large, if that makes sense. Like when I went to Japan, we went and saw like the huge ginormous Buddha statue. Terrifying. If you guys have seen, I think it's in like Venice, there's a sculpture that's like coming out of the water and it's like a huge hand on the side of a building. Nightmare fuel for me. I hate that so much. You can't pick both. You have to pick one. Underground with the regular sewer lines. Had unique fragrance. I have a lot of phobias. The laundry machine? I've never heard it put that way. Only washer and dryer. Really? Am I the only one that says laundry machine? That's so funny. Okay. Second excavate. We have, ooh. Oh, shoot. It's this one. 1, which is still very good. I'd get 3 reds, a white, and a blue. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick gold. So I get 3 reds, a white, and a blue. 1, 2, 3. A white and a blue. Fantastic. We love to see it. That was my second excavate. We are then going to craft. What can I afford? Honestly, not much. I just have a ton of red and purple. I don't have much of anything else. Ooh, I could get this one actually. Perfect. I think that'd be great. So 6 red puts me down to 1. And then 2 purple and 2 white. And that gets me this one here. Another freaking crown though. I need to get sets of the 3. Oh no. I need less purple. Penny, what are you doing? She's scratching at our guest bedroom door. Girl, there's nothing in there. So you don't like museums, I take it. Not museums that have very large, oversized statues. That's for sure. Like the giant chairs you see at beach towns. Yes. Don't like those. Yes, you are the only one. Bagels. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, that one's perfect for me. Actually, I do believe, let me just check, when do new cards come out? And am I allowed to purchase the thing that was just flipped? Penny, please stop. Whatever you're crying about, stop it. Craft. Spend gems. Yep. Each turn you can craft a limit of 4. I don't think it tells me. Oh no. Digging. Character boards. Oh no. What do you guys think? Do you think that I would be able to purchase a card that was just flipped? Jonathan can't make it, but he says hi. I did see that Jonathan, he commented in like the Patreon, and I saw that he couldn't make it. But hello, Jonathan. Wherever you are out there, we miss you. Other than snakes and racehorses, all my phobias have faded with age. Yeah, I'm hoping mine do. Pick number 3, my lord. Ilya. I'm assuming it's Ilya. You've come at a great time. Can you answer my question for me? Do you think... So I purchased a card here. A new one flipped over. Am I allowed to purchase that card? Surprise, it's Tyler! Is it really? Hi, Tyler. How are you? Can you answer my question? I don't remember. It doesn't say in the rule book either, so I'm not sure. When does it say the card should flip over? If you refill immediately, I'd say yes. Hello, James. How's it going? If you refill at the end, see, the thing is, it doesn't say when you refill. To craft a jewelry card, spend the gems equal to its cost. Each turn, you have a craft limit of 4. Basic jewelry uses 1, while fine and artisan jewelry uses 2. Oh, it might actually be... Doodly-doodly-doo. Oh, here we go. Turn end. Replenish any cards crafted. Yep, it's at the end. Dang it! Dang it! Okay. Well, we know what I'm purchasing next turn, right? We're gonna assume I'm gonna purchase that. Okay, so I just crafted. I can't afford anything else, so we're gonna move on to explore, which I'm gonna take one of these. And what would I like to get? I think I will... Ooh, I don't know, man. What do I need a lot of? That's the question. What do I think I need some of? I'll take this one. This will get me a blue. And then I'm going to place this one like this here. Boom. Okay. It's got me a blue. This one gets discarded. Move them all down. Flip it over. I love your sweater. Thank you so much. My friend Donna started a board game convention called BeaverCon. And this is one of the sweaters. And it says, "Damn, girl." I thought it was fitting for the stream. So I wore it. Kevin says yes. Well, Kevin's right with everything, so. I think you said something about always having 3. Maybe. But clearly not, since we just read the rules. I really thought that maybe I always had 3 to choose from. I shall ask my rules guru, Ilya. We don't need him. Tell Ilya we don't need him. Thank you for checking the rules, James. I appreciate it. I'm assuming these tiles are the cardboard, not acrylic. They are very much so a prototype, which I will mention. This is a prototype, everyone, so everything is subject to change. It's definitely not the deluxe edition. I wish it was, but I'm very excited to potentially see the deluxe edition at some point. I didn't even know. Metal dice? Crazy. Amazing. Also, acrylic tiles? Yes, that is also amazing. All right. So, we are finished with that round. I think, judging on how many tiles I have left, I have 4 more rounds to go. Will I be able to get a lot more cards? We will see. Ooh, metal dice. Ding up tables. Does it come with a dice tray? LOL. Hopefully. Or hopefully people have their own dice trays. Like I have here. All right, so we have a gold 1. That would be fantastic. Or we have where my character is. I think I'm going to take the gold 1. I'm going to not take the silver. I'm going to get 3 red, a blue, and a white. 1, 2, 3, a blue and a white. All right. And then I didn't take silver, so we are going to get rid of the fine jewelry. These are going to flip over. All right. And then once we are finished with that, we're going to go into working twice. So I'm going to go 1, clear this rubble, gets me a white or a pearl color. And then I can either leave, go back up to the top and get 2 red, or I can move once over and get a green. I should probably start getting some greens. I feel like that would be pretty useful. Yeah, I think I'll grab a green. And then, so that was my second work. We're then going to excavate a second time. You need a lot of us to drive up and a con at your house with Penny as our mascot. Oh, can you imagine? That would be amazing. Like you don't have 20 dice trays at home. All right, we have 3 or 5. I'm obviously gonna take 3. So that gets me a red, a green, and blue. Red, green, and blue. That was not the correct colors, but it's fine. Okay, and then we are going to craft. Like I said, I'm definitely going to craft this one. This one, thankfully, is a ring. So this adds to my collecting the set of 3. So this is going to cost me 6 purple. That's going to go all the way down to 0. I'm just going to put this on top because this will be my set. So I have a pendant, I have a ring, and then I would love to get a necklace. So this does not come out yet. It comes out at the end. I could spend 3 blues to just get one of these green basic jewelry cards to get that 3rd necklace. And I think... The only thing with these is that they help you to complete sets, but they don't give you any victory points. And that is my issue. I don't want to buy too many of those because I don't want to have too much. So I could afford this one, but again, it's another crown. And crowns do not add towards sets. It is just the rings, the necklaces, and the pendants. Which is quite unfortunate. Ain't it? This one here, I need 8 reds and 1 white. I could afford this probably next round. And this is another 1 victory point for each removed rubble in my mine. So like if I'm able to get both of these, I have this one here, each of them will be worth 3 victory points. That would be pretty nice. So maybe I just wait for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna purchase anything else. Ooh, we have another 10 victory point one there. So that was craft, and then we're going to go into explore. And what do I need? I would love... So I am trying to get the different groupings. Don't want to do that. This one here gets me more reds, but I don't get anything along with it. 2 greens. It would be nice to get more green, I will say. This one here would get me a blue, and it would get me green. Plus this arrow is when you go there or when it's activated, it's whatever it's pointing at. So I could do something like this. And then it's pointing at a green. I think that's pretty good, actually. And then that adds to this beige group once I get rid of this. Okay, and then I also get a blue for taking that tile. This gets discarded. All 3 of these move down. Flip these over. And then we're on to the next round. Always needing more expensive jewelry. How many times did I hear that as a young broke single guy in the 70s and early 80s? I feel like that was definitely more of a thing back in the day. I am the type of girl that does not need fancy jewelry. Just board games. And good food. And a fun time. Good memories. All the things. I have one. Okay, so moving on. We now have 3 rounds left after this one. All right, we got... Ooh, okay. So I got gold. I think I'm okay with choosing the silver and then getting rid of these because, like I said, this is the one that I want. And if I'm able to activate silver 1, I get 4 reds and 1 blue. So red goes up to 10. Blue goes up to 7. Fantastic. We love to see it. And then because I didn't choose gold, these 3 are getting wiped. New artisan jewelry is coming out. Ooh, we have many of necklaces. I promise I definitely shuffled. Uh-oh. What happened? Guys, your face is gone. Please hold. I need to go and see what is wrong. Are we good now? We're good. So sorry about that. Okay, where was I? We got many of necklaces here. You may move a tile in your mind to another valid position. Oh, nice. When crafted. When crafted, activate your worker twice. Ooh, cool. You may clear up to 2 rubble from your mine. Holy crap. That needs to happen. I need this card. You may clear up to 2 rubble from your mine. I do need a necklace, and I would like to use that. Shoot, that means that I need lots more red. Can I afford it all in one? I don't think I can. Because I'll need 8 red for here, and then 7 for here. I do need more purple and more green for this, so this one might have to wait a bit. This one I'm going to get this round. Okay, so we just did, we're clearing of the things. We're now going to work twice. So I am going to go back up to here. I can do my exit ability, as you may spend 2 matching gems to collect 1 wild. I think I will spend 2 blues to gain 1 green. Okay. I don't know if that's the best option there, but I'm going to do it anyways. And then when I moved, we get 2 reds. And then I get to do a second, which I am just going to move on an angle. Because my character's here, I get 2 purple. Woohoo! Do sets give you a lot of points? I don't think it gives you too much. I think for every set of 3, so a pendant, a ring, and a necklace, you get 4 victory points. Which, considering like this card is 4 victory points plus whatever the end game is, and like some of these cards give you a pretty good amount of points, like 4 victory points per set is not too much, but it's still a decent amount, I would say. Okay, so those are my 2 work actions. We're then going to go on to our second excavate of the round. I have no more space for any red. I'm at maximum red. A little unfortunate. Ooh, okay. I am 100% going to take this. Silver 5 will get me 1. This arrow's pointing to this one, so 2 green, 3 green, and 1 blue. So 1 blue and 1, 2, 3 green. Perfect. We love to see it. Oh, I just realized that I'm not going to have enough purple. I really should have paid the 2 blue to get 1 purple instead of 1 green, but it's fine. All right, so that was second excavate. We can now craft, and I am, like I said, going to purchase this one here. It is another crown, but it does have endgame scoring that kind of goes along with this crown, which is, for this, I'm going to score 1 victory point for every removed rebel, and this one I'm going to score 2 victory points for every removed rebel. So in total, I'm going to get 3 victory points for every removed rebel. And I am going to get these 2 off by purchasing this necklace, but I'm not going to be able to do it quite yet. I'm going to spend 8 red to go down to 4, and then 1 white. And then do I get some of these, or do I wait? And is there anything that I can afford here? No. I could afford this one, but that's going to spend the rest of my red and the rest of my white. And I really need the red for this one. So I think I'm going to hold off. But I could spend 3 blue to just get this necklace. 1, 2, 3. That will finish off at least 1 set. I have to get going. Bye all. Bye Victoria. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night. Jenna, you're playing quite strategically. Why not embrace the chaos? Stacy? I'm a very strategic board gamer. Don't you know this? Okay, so I purchased a 2, a 1. I could then purchase a ring. No. I have 1 ring. I have 1 ring. Do I need another ring? I'm actually quite surprised that these aren't switched. That's interesting. Because, like, the necklaces have a blue gem, and you spend blue gems. The rings have a red gem, but you spend green gems. And then the pendant has a green gem, but you spend red gems. Interesting. It doesn't really matter, but just interesting. Interesting. 1 ring to rule them all, and in darkness bind them. Yeah, because I have one set here. I have 3 crowns, which don't do anything. I'm going to be getting a necklace, so I need a ring, and I also need a pendant to make another set. A ring and a pendant. But I do need 5 for this. So I'm going to hold off. We're not going to buy anything. That is everything for me. I'm going to collect one of these, which... let's do... I don't know what we're going to do, to be honest. This one, maybe? Or this one? Where am I going to put this? Where are we thinking this will probably go? Either here or here, maybe. So maybe we do... oh, why am I... my brain. Okay, I'll just do this one. And then I'll just put this here, I guess. Sure. I kind of split up my 2 little groupings of the dark brown, but it's fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, flip, flip. 2 more rounds after this. Or I guess 3 more rounds now. 1 ring, my precious. Sorry. Ooh, is that what you mean by strategic? So strategic. All right, that is that. This is gonna flip out. Ooh, a butterfly necklace. That's so pretty. Ready? Ooh. Roll the dice. Oh. Do you know what I just realized? I don't think you're supposed to roll again. I think you're just supposed to use the dice numbers that were originally rolled. I just realized that. Because you literally have a phase that is roll and choose. But then the second excavate, there's no second roll action. Good thing I caught that. So you're technically supposed to stick with the 2 dice numbers that were rolled initially at the start of the round. Good to know. We're gonna... maybe that would have helped me. Maybe that would have hindered me. Who knows? I don't really think it would have done much. Okay. So, because I guess you can just dig spaces in rolled row or column. So you excavate again. Okay, good to know. Use the other die to remove jewelry cards, and then you excavate again with digging spaces in rolled row or column. So I guess you could choose the other die if you'd like. Let's just roll with it. Roll with it. Ayo. So in this situation here, I do not want to clear these. So I have to use the gold to clear that. Because I don't use the silver so that these get cleared. So I have to use the gold red, or gold 5. Gets me a red, a green, and a blue. So boom, boom, boom. Amazing. Didn't use the silver, so these 3 are going to get discarded. More fine jewelry is getting discarded. Ooh, okay. End game. Score an additional victory point for each space in your largest soil group, aka rock group. That one's actually pretty nice as well. If I can afford that at some point, that would be cool. All right, so cleared my jewelry cards. I do work twice. What do we need? What do we need? We need purple. I need 1 purple. So I'm gonna go, well, actually I need red as well. So I'm gonna move, gain a red, move, gain a purple. Perfect. And then we are going to excavate again. We do not re-roll these. I choose between those two, which I will. Silver 2 gets me 2 purple, a white, and a red. Whereas this would get me a blue. I don't really need any more green. So I'm going to do silver 2. So 2 purple, 1, 2, a white, and a red. That gets me the red that I need. And then we are going to craft. So like I said, I'm going to craft this one here, which is 7 red, using up all of my red. 5 green goes down to 3. And then 2, oh, I thought it was 3. Okay. 1, 2 purple. All right, and then this is a necklace. And when crafted, you may clear up to 2 rubble in your mine. Heck yes! 6 victory points right there, baby. And I do gain all these. So I gain 1 purple, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 red. Woo! And I've cleared all 5. That's amazing. The smoke will roll over the water. Face cam gone again. What is happening? Just got home and look who is on. How goes it? Zypher, hello. Welcome. Also, Texie raid. Hello, Texie. Thank you so much for raiding. Apologies that my webcam is gone. Please hold, everyone. I think this has happened once in the past. And I don't know what causes it. I think there's a potential that like the cord needs replacing or something. But like really all I do is I go and I like reset it on my computer. So I don't know what's wrong. But anyways, I purchased this. Is there anything else here that I could grab? I have a necklace. I will need a ring and a pendant to make another set. I could purchase this ring for 3 blue, or not 3 blue, 3 green. But do I want to do that? I think maybe it would be worth it. I have 2 rounds after this left. But I could just hold out and potentially get a better ring. So maybe I just wait. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to craft one thing, and that's it. We're going to go into exploring, which we're going to get one of these and add it. I really would have loved a full beige one to go here. That way this whole grouping of beige wouldn't get split up. I could also add something here. Maybe let's do that. I will do a little, what do I need? Let's do this one. I'll flip it this way, add this to my medium colored group. That gets me 1 red. And then this one gets discarded. And move all 3 of them over. Second to last round has begun. Okay. So you're gonna roll the dice. Is Penny unplugging it? Honestly, wouldn't be surprised. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. What? Uh-oh. You're welcome. Hope you're enjoying your game. Thank you so much, Texie. I appreciate it. Were you playing a game? If you were, let me know what game you were playing. Also, this needs a new card out. All of the necklaces are coming out. All right, what do we got here? We got 1. Gold 1 will get me quite a bit of stuff. Actually, the silver 4 would get me more. It would get me 2 red, 2 blue, and a white. What do I need here to get what I want? I need a pendant and a ring. All of these are necklaces. Don't really need any necklaces. Here we have a pendant and a ring. If I can get myself some green, I could get this ring. And maybe I can afford this pendant now. I have the blues, I have the purple. I just need 3 reds. And I don't want this to be taken away. So that means that I need to use the silver. Gold is what I don't use, so we're going to get rid of those. Okay, so this will get me 2 blue, 2 red, and a white. 2 blue, 2 red, and a white. All right, and then we didn't use the gold, so that is going to wipe the artisan jewelry. Ooh, we got a pendant, a crown, and another crown. Score 2 victory points for each of your necklaces. Score 2 victory points for each of your crowns. I feel like we need that. I do have 3 crowns. It's the most of any of the jewelry types that I have. I was playing one of the missions in Metal Gear Solid, the board game. Ooh, sick. Very nice. How did that go? Did you win? Did you lose? Did you get close? Did you die? Let me know. This is cool. Sorry, what game is it? This is a game called River Valley Jewelcraft by Allplay. It is currently up on Kickstarter, and Nightbot has put a link in the chat if you would like to go check it out. It was a close call, but I did successfully complete the missions. Congratulations! That's awesome. I usually lose at board games, so you are better than me. But that's okay, because I'm here for the journey, not the destination. I'm having a great time. All right, so what was I doing? I got things. I got rid of those. I realized that I should probably try to get this here. How am I going to get that? Don't know, because I also want this here, because this will get me, or do I just say screw this pendant, I'm gonna buy this crown and then just finish the set of 3 with some of these cards, because this in total will get me 8 victory points plus the 2 victory points here. So this card will get me 10 victory points, which is a heck of a lot better than the 1 victory point and potentially 4 victory points that this will get me. Okay, so I need 6, 4, and 2. 6 red, so I'll need 2 more reds. I have enough of those, Okay, cool. Love that. So that was that excavate. I get to do work twice. So I do need red. I think I'm going to move 1 to here. Get myself a green. Random, but it's fine. And then I'm going to move down up to here. I get 2 reds. And then I can do my exit ability since I exited off the board and went back up to the top. So I can spend 2 matching gems to gain 1 of anything. I already have enough red. but I do get to excavate again. Do I want to do that? I don't think I want to. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to excavate again. So we are going to either choose gold 1 or 4. This will get me 3 red. So this will pretty much give me the same as this, but instead of 2 blue and 2 red, I get 3 red and 1 blue. I think I will do that. I'm going to do the gold 1. So I'm going to get 3 red, a white, and a blue. 1, 2, 3. A white and a blue. Okay. So that was my second excavate. I can now craft, and I am definitely getting this one here, which is 2 purple, 4 blue, and 6 red. This gets me another end game. I feel like I need to move that over a little bit. So I have 4 crown cards, and then I have 1 set. Potentially get myself another set now. Let's see if I can afford anything. So I can't afford this one that I was initially going to get. I could afford this one, actually, because this is 2 purple, 2 blue, and 3 red. Ooh, score 1 additional victory point for each space in my largest. I actually might grab this one as well. Is that wild? Is that crazy of me to do? Because this is another crown card, but that again will get me another 2 victory points plus this. I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to spend all my red, 2 of my blue, and the rest of my purple to get that. I feel like that's probably a good idea. And then maybe during this last round, I will try to just get lots of gems. And then I finish this last set. I can only purchase 2 things because I purchased from here and here. Each of them have 2 stars, and I can only purchase up to 4. Okay, and then we do explore. I still don't have any here that will help me with this large group, which is really unfortunate. I could just do something to help me with this group, because this group is still pretty decent. I think that actually might be a good idea. I think I will do this. This will give me a red. I'll put this here. And then hopefully on this last round, I can get one that connects all of this together. I feel like that will be pretty good. This one gets discarded. Move these 3 down. 2 new ones come out. Okay, yeah. So we're not going to be able to complete this full beige one here. So I think I'm going to go full force into this medium one. Ooh, I actually went to a public board game event over the weekend and was exposed to 2 games I hadn't played before, whilst I was able to introduce someone else to Resident Evil, the board game. Very nice. And played Thunderbirds. Ooh, cool. The cooperative board game, solo, as everyone else was involved with other games. Fun! That's awesome. Did you have a good time at the board game convention? Was that your first time going to one, or have you gone to one before? Let me know. All right, so we are going to start the last round. I was hoping to be finished this stream around 9, and we are making good time. Look at me go, guys. Heck yes. Hey, Sick Dice Tray. Thank you so much. Shmammy, hello, how are you? If you guys didn't notice, we got a flower BGG dice tray. It's like a customized, it's technically not a dice tray, it's just a desk tray from a stationery website that does custom trays. But I was like, that would make a perfect dice tray. So I got a little custom one. If you guys are interested, it's aaroncondren.com. Aaron Condren is a stationery store. It's where I got a lot of like my planners when I was like super into doing like decorative planning. And yeah, they have like customizable stuff, and the tray is one of the customizable things you can do. So you could also get BGG, you could get your name, anything like that. It's an honor to have encountered someone else who's not averse to playing board games in solo mode. Heck yes, Texie. Of course. Yeah, I play so many solo games. It's literally like what my channel is all about. You're here on Twitch, but I'm actually streaming also over on YouTube, which is the Board Game Garden. I make YouTube videos as well. So yeah, definitely check it out if you want more like solo online content. It's a lot of fun. Also here for the journey, Darwin's Journey, heck yes. Evening, folks. Hope everyone's week is off to a good start. Bapter, hello, how are you? Hopefully you're doing good. No, I've been to a public board game event several times before. Never been to a board game convention before. Oh, nice. Okay, so like the thing that you went to wasn't like a full-on convention, just like a smaller kind of event. Was it at like a board game store or something like that? Solo all the way, heck yes. All right, people, we are on to the last round. I will say that the resources have an interesting way of scoring at the end of the game. Let me double check that I remember how they score. So remaining gems score victory points equal to the gem you have the fewest of. So I'm going to try to get all of my resources up quite a bit. And then you score 2 victory points for each space in your largest contiguous group of rock color. And you get 1 victory point for each in your second largest, which unfortunately, this makes me very sad that there's an empty spot there. And there's no way for me to connect them now, which makes me so sad. Dang it. That's fine. I think I could even try to make this like dark group down here my second largest and at least get 4 victory points. All right. I have a quick question if you don't mind. I was watching your solo playthrough of Wondrous Creatures and saw in the background in one of your shelves Sankori. Is it good for solo play? That is a great question. Hugo Garcia, I think that's what your username is. Welcome to the stream, by the way. That is actually a really good question. Like I said, I have not played Sankori solo as of yet. It is on my shelf over here. Oh my goodness. It's a very chunky game. It is a game that I have wanted to play solo really bad. I just need to relearn it. And then if you guys are interested, I could definitely try to do a solo playthrough of it. If you are into really heavy, complex games, I would definitely say check it out because I absolutely loved it multiplayer. I've been wanting to play it multiplayer again, and also I've been wanting to try the solo mode. But I would say if you're into that sort of game, definitely check it out. I haven't really done much like research on how good it is solo. My first YouTube interaction with your channel, Texie. Hello, welcome to YouTube. That's so fun that you're now over on YouTube. Thanks for joining, Texie. All right, let's start our last round here. We got a 3. We got a 5. Okay. So gold 3. I would get purple, red, 2 greens, and a blue. So I'd get like pretty much one of everything except for white, which is fine. Then I'd get 2 greens. Or, so that would be if I chose this and not that. Or I could do 5, which isn't much, and it just pushes up green a ton. Okay, so we will choose gold 3. That gets me 1 purple, 1 red, 2 green, because this arrow is pointing to this green, and 1 blue. Okay. Not fantastic, I will say. Not fantastic, but it's fine. I didn't choose this, so that is going to get rid of these 3 3 new will come out. We got some necklaces happening. Okay. I will say I don't need any more necklaces. I need a ring and a pendant. This is the only one here. I don't really want to purchase like a big one. Then again, like it might be worth it because this one's 7 victory points. Yeah, I might as well, you know? I'm like so worried about like my lowest resource. But I think it's probably better to purchase more cards than it is to hold on to resources. Because it's really just you get 1 victory point for each resource of your least. So I think that's fine. So then we do work twice. What do I need for this one? I need 1 green. Oh yeah, I have everything for this aside from the purples. So I'm gonna go on an angle to this spot here. And then I'm gonna collect 2 purples for that card there. And then I can either get a red or a green. Actually, if I'm getting this, that's a pendant. I will then need to get a ring. So I'll need 3 green. Okay, so I'll just get a red because I have tons of green. I'll gain a red. Okay. Okay. We're going to excavate again. And don't really love these numbers. I guess I'll do this again. So I'll get 1 purple, 1 red, 2 green, 1 blue. Okay. That was my second excavate. Then we're going to be able to craft. So I'm going to grab this here. This needs 4 white, 3 purple, and 1 green. Okay. So that is part of this set. I guess this I don't really need because that's like a 1 crafted. So then now I just need a ring. And I'm just going to purchase a ring here for 3. 1, 2, 3 green. To make up my second set. So I have 2 full sets and 5 crowns. I think I'm happy with that. So that was my crafting. I could craft something else, but I think it's kind of pointless. And then we are just going to do one of these. And like I said, I am going to try to just create as big of a group of this as possible. I think this is my best option here. And place that here. That makes my biggest group 2 bigger. And my second biggest group here, 1 bigger. So we're good. Amazing. That worked out well. All right, so that was everything there. I don't gain any additional things. This gets discarded. These move down. I don't really think that matters. And then that is everything. So we're gonna go into endgame scoring. Are you guys ready for this? So we're going to do jewelry. So we're going to count up all the victory points on my jewelry cards. And then we're also going to get any of my endgame, which I have 5 different endgame scoring. We're going to do my jewelry sets, my groups of rocks, my rock bonus, and then my remaining gems, which I'm just going to get 1 victory point for because it's whatever your lowest is, you get that many. All right, so let's go to calculator. And then I'm going to count up all of my victory points, which these ones, 7 and 6. So 7 plus 6 plus 10 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, and then my endgame stuff, I score 1 additional for each space in your largest soil group. So that is this here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So plus 9 for this. Plus these two here are the same for my rubble tiles, which I got all 5 off, times 3. So that's 15 for these two. Plus this one here is store 2 victory points for each crown. I have 5 crowns, that's plus 10. And this one here is find the gem you have the least of, score 2 victory points for each of that gem you have. I forgot about that scoring one. And I'm pretty sure that was the first one that I picked up. That's okay. My lowest is 1, so I just get 2 for that card. Dang it. I forgot about that. Okay, so all of that is 65. Then we have my sets. So like I said, for each set of the 3, there are 4 victory points. So I have plus 8 for my 2 sets. Plus I get 2 victory points for my biggest group and 1 victory point for each in my smallest group. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 for my largest group. And 1, 2, 3, 4 for my second largest group. Plus my lowest, I just get 1. And that is a total of 96 victory points. Now, what does that mean? Great question. In solo scoring, you're basically scoring like a certain amount of crystals. So the fun thing about this is that based off of your endgame scoring, you get a certain amount of crystals. So for me, I scored, like I said, 96. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 crystals for scoring 96. And then you score an additional crystal for each achievement that you did. So there's a few different jewelry achievements. So craft 6+ pieces of the same jewelry type. Did not do that. That is necklace, ring, or pendant, which I only did 2 of each of them. Leapfrog, craft only basic and artisan jewelry. Did not do that. If I didn't craft these ones are fine jewelry, the burgundy ones. I guess that's why it's called Leapfrog, because you only purchase these and not the middle. Spend no white for jewelry. That didn't happen. Matchy matchy. No necklace, ring, or pendant that aren't a part of a jewelry set. I did that one because there's no like ones out of a set. They're all in a set. So I get 1 additional for that. So I now have 8 crystals. Mine achievements. Have 4 or fewer rock groups in your mine. Nope, definitely have more than that. Rubble rouser. Have 4 or 5 remaining rubble. Nope. Remodeler. Cover all starting rock spaces. Did not do that. We have a few starting rock spaces. Rock row, have at least 1 row with all the same rock type. That would be a fun like achievement to try to do. Rock column, have at least 1 column with all the same rock type. Oh, okay, so this is row and then column. And then gem achievements, gem collector, have 5 or more gems of the gem type you have the least of. Nope. Spend it all, have 5 or fewer gems remaining. Nope. Purple plucker, have 10 or more purple remaining. No. And then have 10 or more white remaining. Jeez, those are hard. But yeah, you get 1 additional crystal for each achievement you have accomplished at the end of the game. So I got 7 from my final score of 96, plus 1 additional one for getting matchy matchy. So I have a final score of 8 gems, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I think that's actually pretty good. Because the most gems that you can get from having like the best final score of 120 or more is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can have 10, plus if you got every single achievement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So your maximum amount is 13 gems. And I got 8, which I feel like is pretty good. I got 8 out of 13. How well do you guys think I did? Let me know. I think I did pretty good. But anyways, friends, that is going to be everything for today's stream of River Valley Jewelcraft. I almost said Jewelcrest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was really excited to be able to show this one off. A huge thank you to Allplay again for sending over the prototype and sponsoring the stream. I appreciate it. Really enjoy working with Allplay. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this gave you a good feel if River Valley Jewelcraft is something that you want to look into. Like I said, Nightbot will have the link to the crowdfunding campaign down below if you guys want to go and check it out. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks all for coming. Thanks for coming to the stream. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys actually on Thursday, because I will have another live stream on Thursday of another fun solo game. I'm actually playing I think it's not technically a solo only game, but it's 1 to 2 players. You can play it like cooperatively 2 players, but it's like a restaurant management solo only game called Menu del Dia, I think is how you pronounce it. So I'm really excited for that one. It kind of has like the vibe of like Eternal Decks in a way, where it's like hand management, trying to survive and trying to not run out of cards and like serve the customers and not get overrun with customers. I'm really, really excited to play it. So definitely get excited for Menu del Dia. And thank you guys again for hanging out. Thanks, Jenna. I know 2 people who already backed it. Guess who? Stacy, you're really just so lucky to have some great friends. Like you get to play them, unless one of the 2 people are you. But I'm assuming that it's Ronnie and Jonathan. But maybe you backed it. Who knows? But it's really just so nice that you have so many great friends that back games so that you get to play them. Isn't that the best? Oh, I just kicked. Good thing we're not doing overhead right now, because I just kicked my camera. But yeah, isn't it the best when you have friends that back Kickstarters and then you don't have to? I have some friends like that too. It's great. No, you were right the first time. Perfect. Well, anyways, thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me. Have a good rest of your night. I am going to go and play some Pal World with Francis. I'm very excited. We're going to start playing together, and I'm going to catch some pals, and it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday for that live stream. It'll be again, I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will see you guys then. And yeah, appreciate you all. Have a good night. Bye, friends.